So we just finished a 18-month evaluation, a program evaluation on Warrior Path. And that will be the subject of a peer-reviewed article with the data included in it sometime probably in the next 6 to 12 months. And incredibly stunned by the results in an amazing way that what we see here is after the 7-day initiation, we see massive reductions in symptoms, massive improvements in quality of life and in post-traumatic growth sustained over 18 months. And what we've talked to VA about and what we would say to any kind of research organization is we would happily test Warrior Path against any other intervention designed and focused around anxiety, depression, PTSD, whatever label we wanted to call it, and engage in that sort of open discussion because we think it's important. And at the same time, we think that the days of navel gazing and spending lots and lots of time researching stuff when people at 20 a day for veterans and 125 plus a day for civilians are killing themselves. And so we need to have both a sense of urgency and a willingness to take chances while also being committed to understanding how and why things work. And so we are a rigorous data-oriented organization that's focused on demonstrating the efficacy of what we do. And we've done that in a lot of respects, and we will seek to continue to do that because we think this is the future. We think the future of mental health is much more focused on growth than on symptoms. We think it's much more focused on peers than on clinicians. And we think it's much more focused on leveraging unbelievable settings like what you see around me than it is this traditional office. And I think that gets to disruptive innovation. It gets to the world we live in where we do have these radical models that reorient and reimagine how things should get done. And 45 minutes a day, maybe once a week, maybe once a month, isn't a great model for most people who are struggling in today's world. And it may be exacerbating some of their struggle. And Thomas Insel, the former head of the National Institute of Mental Health, said it. He said, are we causing increased mortality and morbidity with our interventions? And we live in a world where we've had more mental health professionals than we've ever had, more resources poured into those issues, and we have 3,836 suicide attempts every day in this country, 1.4 million suicide attempts last year. There's a massive amount of despair. There's opioid overdoses, there's alcohol and drug use. The lifespan of the average American is going down for the last 3 years. We are in a epidemic of not just mental health, but of despair. And the antidote to that in a lot of respects starts with hope. And that's where post-traumatic growth plays a critical role, where the ability to struggle well plays a role, where normalizing struggle, democratizing our capacity to deal with struggle is a key part of this. Because if we don't engage the masses in this effort, if we continue to outsource mental health to a small group of people who will never be able to serve all the people who need them, then we're going to continue to see these issues get worse. And my personal mission in life, based on my own life experience, is to end needless suffering wherever it occurs. And we'll do that in collaboration with anybody who wants to be a part of that journey. And the greatest part for the work we get to do is we have veterans who are committed to doing that and have energy and capacity to get things done that outrank the vast majority of people in the world. And so they're a key part of that journey is to come home from war and be as productive at home as they were on the battlefield. It means helping fight those domestic enemies.